What country was Lego founded? Norway, Sweden, Finland, or Denmark? Remember, the quicker you answer, the more points you get. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Ah, ja. Ich spreche Deutsch, aber es ist schrecklich. Okay, we have well over 200 people playing today. This is good. Make sure share this live, get more people on. 250, 260 answering, not too bad. Here's, of course, a classic answer, a question on the chase. Which Danish toy company? And it is absolutely Denmark, yeah. Okay, we've Rob, Patrick Barry, and Byron Aaron. So the quickest people to answer get a little bonus. All right, if you answer it right, you get a quick, you get bonus. There you go. In the classic version of Trivial Pursuit, what colour is the science and nature topic? Oh, hold on. Bottled oxygen. That should be blue, orange, green, or yellow. There we go. First mistake already, and we've only just started. Oh, classic. It's a leftover from last week from the Botox question. There you go. Anyway. All right. It is, of course, green. Okay, Antonia, Jasper, and Chris28 with the bonuses there. Well played. Okay, put these sports in order from the number of players in the team from fewest to most. Netball, polo, hurling, and cricket. Who do I go to for Liverpool tickets? I got mine from the club. I got them in the ballot. There you go. Okay. And that's backwards. Sorry about that. I've done that backwards. That is my fault. Another error. God, I really need to read these in advance. Anyway, let's roll on. Anyway, in internet slang, what does hench mean? Is it pretty, muscly, dodgy, or funny? That's a terrible error for me. I'm very sorry about that. Really need to do more work on these. But it's been a busy weekend. We're only on round 1, so get going. Start at 8. Okay, muscly is the answer. Muscly. Is that how you spell muscly? I'm not really sure. I'm not even sure muscly is a word. But hench certainly is. Antonia again, Bionerd, and H-Dog. Well done. Okay, the TV adaptation of what Microsoft video game starred Pablo Schreiber as Master Chief? If you don't fancy playing the app, you can play in the comments. So I'd missed this. My wife had actually watched it and I just started watching it, and it's actually not that bad. It's all right. It is, of course, Halo. We needed H for Halo there. So when it's enter the letter, you just need to enter the first letter. 1-2 Theatre couple are back. Hello, Mark, Zoe, and Owen C. Okay. Chantenay and Imperator are varieties of what vegetable? Potato, parsnip, carrot, or cabbage? You just sent a euro of roses and no kiss. I have no idea what you're talking about, but yeah, thanks. I don't know how the gifting thing works. If you can send any gifts, it's great. If you can't, don't worry about it. All right, Chantenay are the little ones and Imperators are really long and straight. They are carrots. Haley, Julio, and Laura MCA. Well done with the bonus. All right, question 7. What is the first digit of pi? You know, remember you have to press enter after the number if you want to enter in. Oh. I was considering being mean and asking for like the 5th or 6th one, but then I thought that was a bit mean. We just want people to answer. Over 300 people answering. This is good. We're getting people in. But how many knew? It was 3. 3.14159. I used to know a lot more. I can't remember it now. You'd cheat on your wife. I actually wouldn't do that. If I was you. Mr. Platinum, Tyler W, and Bionerd again. Well done, Bionerd. You're getting some answers quick. Okay, which car company originally owned the Cupra brand? Cupra. Was it Skoda, Seat, Saab, or Subaru? They don't own it anymore, actually. It's become independent. And they're nice cars, I have to say. A friend of mine has one, and she gave me a lift in it. Lovely, nice drive. Lovely inside. Actually, not a bad car. And the reasonably priced as well. They used to be owned by Seat, the Spanish brand. That was their luxury brand, and then they spun out. Mark, Zoe, Antonia, and Cake. Cake? Or is it Kaki? Cake. Okay, which country has England been at war with for more years in total than any other? France, Germany, Spain, or the Netherlands? I used to know pi to about 100 places. Really, Tom, that's pretty impressive. I used to know to about 9 or 10, but I can't remember past 9 now. I think 14159. After that, it's just not useful information. It's gone. Yeah, They famously had a 100 years war that lasted 116 years. It's France by a big amount, actually. A big amount. Bionerd, Jasper, and Storyboss. Okay. And which singer holds the record for the most consecutive weeks at number 1 in the UK charts? We need the first letter of their first name here. Can you name the elements of the periodic table in order? No, I think I know the first 20 or 25. And after that, I'm pretty good with the numbers if someone sort of says, you know, what number is this, but not anywhere near perfect. Just not relevant. I used to know a lot more when I did chemistry, but can't remember it now. Okay, we need a B for Brian Adams. It was 16 weeks back in, I want to say 1992, was it? That one, you know, Everything I Do It For You. 4 months. The Great Cornholio, TP for my bunghole. Excellent. And Jane M and Jack M 1703. Here we go. All right, end of round 1. No surprise there because Antonio was absolutely smashing in with some great answers. The big surprise is that Max was on earlier and he's not top. What happened, Max? Where did you go? Because Max, by the way, normally absolutely smashes this. Anatodeophobia. Is that the one where you're afraid that you're being looked at by a duck? John and Tara, full kit. Oh, full kit's back. Smitzer. Yeah, some regulars. We got some of the regulars back, some new ones. Great Cornholio in there. I think usually with this kind of round, anything over about 100 is pretty good. Anything over about 80 is fairly standard. So you're all doing okay. Asclepius. Oh, nice. Tara's number 1 fan is back. Excellent. G-Splitters, Trivia for Men, Bailey's and Jack, the Unknowledgeables, fairly accurately named, it turned out. We're getting into the bottom half. How many people are actually playing? That's pretty good. And then we get down to the people who registered and didn't play. Pain in the bum they are, but what can we do about them? How do you join? If only there were instructions written on the screen. You got minus 8 points. Oh, I assumed that you were out because you were doing. Anyway, okay, round 2 is our theme round. And today it's going to be on sitcoms. Max didn't have enough time to Google. Now Max is being consistently brilliant at this. He is not a Googler. How do you play? Oh, if only there were instructions. Come on now. Let's go. All right, sitcoms. Where is Father Ted set? Is it Rugged Island, Bleak Island, Craggy Island, or Tracy Island? You hate sitcoms. Yeah, but do you know about them? You don't need to be... I hate lots of stuff, but I know stuff, you know? There you go. Well, people are smashing in the answers here. And Rugged Island features in Father Ted because that's where Dick Byrne lives, but Ted and the lads live on Craggy Island. There we go. Gustav, Mark, Zoe. Max is evil. There you go. He's back. Excellent. Okay, which of these is a sitcom starring Zoe Deschanel as Jessica Day? Is it Funny Girl, Big Girl, New Girl, or Golden Girl? Pin not working, pal. Well, we might have made it to the point where... Yeah, I'm afraid we're probably hitting the point where... Oh no, still should be 9 spots left, so you should be able to join. If the pin isn't working, you're doing it wrong. Okay. This is, of course, New Girl, which is not a bad show. I think it's on Disney or Prime or one of them. It's pretty funny. Izzy, Brooke, and Tyler W. at the points there. Well done. Okay, this is the set of which sitcom. We want the first letter here. So this is the set of which sitcom. Troy and Abed in the morning. Of course it is. C for Community. Bonus points, Mark, Charlie, and the Unknowledgeables. The Unknowledgeables know something. Who knew? There we go. All right. Next up, in Friends, what was the name of Joey's agent? Is it Estelle, Meryl, Pearl, or Edith? No more free slots. Well, sorry about that. We're full up. You can only do 400 at a time, I'm afraid. So such is life. You can just play in along in the chat or give me a follow and then you can join in early next week. I'm usually on about 1:15. Do I make the questions myself? I did, and I've messed up a few of them, to be honest, but you know, I'm trying my best. But this one is Estelle, which is what my wife calls my agent, even though he is very much a man. She still calls him Estelle. There you go. Max is back, Antonia and Julio. Okay, what Welsh town is one of the primary settings of Gavin and Stacey? Is it Newport, Caerphilly, Holyhead, or Barry? Stop asking for shout-outs. I'm not doing them, otherwise that's all I'll do the whole time. Alright, it is of course the wonderful Barry Island. Bonus points. Trivia for men. That sounds like the worst aftershave ever. Someone took my name. Fair enough. Chris28. Okay, what city was Cheers set in? So old school this time. New York, Boston, Chicago, or LA? So probably don't remember this. This was the original that Fraser spun out of, but it isn't set in Seattle like Fraser because he moved there. It is, in fact, and it's a real pub as well. You can go to it. It is in Boston. By all accounts, I've never been there, but I've been told don't go to Cheers because it is just massively overpriced and you have to queue to get in. Julio, trivia for men, and Rob H. Well done. Okay, which of these is set in a fictional Button house? And just like that, Miranda, Outnumbered, or Ghosts? They're states, not... You think Boston and Los Angeles are states? Tom, you need to maybe examine your quiz knowledge. Also, Chicago's not a state. Only one of them is the name of a state. Get your act together. I'm not doing shout-outs. Stop asking. Okay. It is, of course, the wonderful Ghosts. It's absolutely brilliant. And the US spin-off of it is pretty good as well, to be honest. The two of them are good. Tyler W., Brian Aird, and Lucy B. with the bonuses there. Okay. Amandaland is a spin-off of what sitcom? Is it Fatherland, Motherland, Brotherland, or Sisterland? What's the... Hi, Evan. How's it going? The answer... Well, I'll tell you the answer of everyone if you wait. I don't really get this one. I gave it a try, both of them, and they're not my kind of thing, but it is Motherland. Brooke, Tyler W., and Wally Bob with the answers there. What town is Fawlty Towers set in? Is it Penzance, Hastings, Torquay, or Bournemouth? Will there ever be a boy born who can swim faster than a shark? Depends on the shark. Some sharks aren't that quick. Greenland shark can't swim that fast. There you go. Alright, it is in the English Riviera, Torquay. It won't let you join because it's full up, I'm afraid. Stop asking for shout-outs. I will just start blocking people if you spam, so just stop asking. Jane M, someone took my name, and Rob H, there you go. Which US president is Milhouse from The Simpsons named after? Is it Kennedy, Reagan, Roosevelt, or Nixon? So it's actually this president's middle name. Very strange middle name, but then American presidents have weird names. It is Richard Milhouse Nixon. I love in the Lemon Tree episode when he meets another Milhouse, like, I thought I was the only one. Charlie, ESN, and Jamie Lee with the bonuses there, and the end of that round. Max is evil, of course he is, and he's right back at the top. Look at that, smashing it. Charlie, Jiminy, and Tony has fallen down to 6th, but still in decent shape. Anything over 200 again, not too shabby here. So you're doing okay, lads. You're doing all right. This is the point where it starts getting a bit ropey. We're doing okay. And we keep going. Alfie and Mom. Is that Alfie and Mom playing together? Hope so. Love that. You're pointless. Yes, you are, and you're that far down. Tequila Mockingbird's back. Well done. Yeah, Tash there. Hello, Tash. How are you? Sarah Sparkles. Flying Penguin. Excellent. You're back. Love that. Dumb and Dummit. And then we get down to the bottom. This is where either people are really terrible or they've just stopped playing. You're probably last, you know. You're 323rd out of 400. Yeah, and then these people joined and then left, which is very annoying, but what can you do? You last. Well done, Grace. Well done. Alright. Centurions round this time. So this is where points start at 100. They count down really fast. But if you don't guess at all, it's 0. If you guess wrong, it's minus 20. Alright. Which lasted longer? Liz Truss's time as Prime Minister, the Confederate States of America, the Beatles as a band, or the longest ever game of Monopoly? Okay, I know Monopoly might feel like it lasts that long, but it's still longer than Liz Truss's time as Prime Minister, but it's the Beatles as a band. They were together for in and around 10 years. Okay, put these shapes in order from lowest number of sides to highest. Hope I got this right this time. Hexagon, triangle, square, or heptagon. Okay. We want triangle, square, hexagon, and heptagon. Heptagon has 7, just in case you've never heard of that. You'd be surprised how many people haven't. How much is a buttload? This is actually a real thing. Is it 4.7 litres, 47 litres, 477 litres, or 4,777 litres? Leisha, you're my dad's friend. I'm your dad's friend. Leisha, who do I know is called Leisha? Or was a kid called Leisha? Interesting. A butt was a barrel. It was about 126 gallons, which is 477 litres. So if someone says they drank a buttload, they drank a lot. Yeah. Okay. Who painted this painting? Ophelia. Is it John Millay, Dante Gabriel Rossetti, William Holman Hunt, or James Collinson? All members of the pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. This is a weekly quiz. Yeah, I do them most weeks, not every week, sir. Enda. Oh, nice. There you go. Tell him I said hi. Love that man. Love that man. What a great dude. One of my oldest and best friends. There we go. John Millay. I like your, and your mum's my friend as well, by the way, just so we know. Which element on the periodic table has the symbol W? We have the first letter here. Have I got a hair transplant? No, I haven't. None of us have. Well, Sean certainly hasn't. Alright, which element? We want the first letter here. Yeah, just give us a follow, Sarah, and I'm usually on Sundays a little bit before 8 if you want to join in. It is T. T for tungsten. Okay, what is the meaning of the word Machiavellian? It's something that gets rolled out a lot. Is it kind, cunning, embarrassing, or lazy? By the way, Leisha, I know her. I've met her before. I've been to her house, so don't doubt her. And it is literally one of my oldest friends. Yeah, I've known him since we were children. It is cunning, or sneaky, something like that. It's basically someone who's very manipulative. Okay, how many centimetres are in a metre? Remember, you have to press enter afterwards. Yeah, exactly, Isha. Don't be listening to these people. I know you're in the real world. These are only my virtual friends. You're my real friend. Okay. A lot of people struggle with metric measurements, which is weird because they're very simple. But there are 100 centimetres in a metre. Okay, which of these is a member of the grass family? Is it bamboo, coffee, potato, or banana? Well, Sean gets this wrong. It's amazing how many people get it wrong. Amazing. So which of these is a member of grass family? Bamboo, coffee, potato, or banana? It is, of course, the fastest growing grass. Bamboo. Banana is a herb. Did you know that? It's the biggest herb plant in the world. There you go. In the Jungle Book, what type of animal is Kaa? Is it a wolf, a frog, a snake, or an elephant? I do like the Jungle Book. I like the book as well. The book is really good. If you ever get a chance to read it, it's great. But Kaa is a snake. Now, put these birds in order from lightest to heaviest. Ostrich, sparrow, thrush, emperor, penguin. Get your answers in if you're going to answer. Well done, you're hot. I am, it's roasting in here. Okay, we want sparrow, thrush, emperor, penguin, which are really big, by the way. They're about a metre tall. And ostrich. Okay, the end of round 1. Oh, look at this, the end of round 3. Antonia has absolutely dragged Max back down. This is great. I love to see this. Bit of a battle at the top. Jiminy's in there as well. So is Fred. Izzy in the 700 club. Very, very nicely played, Antonia. We've got a bunch of cliches have jumped up a bit there, I think. Not too bad. Ava, spelled the right way as well. Love it. Even with the fodder on Smart Quiz or in Red Tooth. Love it. Absolutely love it. Lakey the Viking. Are you an actual Viking? Because if you are, you should be in the sea, not the lake. Harry Maguire. Not too shabby. Mucking Fuffets. Excellent. Sean. Gin will fix it. Baileys and Jack. Is that Baileys and Jack Daniels together? I really hope not. Just Jess doing it on her own. Well done. M and MK. MK is in Milton Keynes, or MK my friend, because if you're in my friend, that's going to be weird. Farmer Queen's back again, as always. Then we get down to the rogues at the bottom. Doing alright though. People are doing alright. It's the name of your guinea pigs. Bailey and Jack, fair enough. Era Delaney in there. Excellent. And then we get down to the people who joined and then never actually played. Shame. Anyway, we're going to roll on. Let's roll on to the gambling round. Now, I fixed it. Last time there was 100 points and it was ridiculous and it wrecked the quiz. This time, 0, 10, 20 or 30. So I'll give you the topic. You gamble how many points you want to bet on that topic, and then I'll give you the question. All right, you can get 0, you can bet 0, and then you won't lose any if you get it wrong, and so on. All right, and the first question is on Peter Pan. You get minus points for getting it wrong or not answering. And in this one, you get minus points for getting it wrong. So Peter Pan is the first one. What are we going to bet? Pick 0, 10, 20, or 30 points. Yeah, it's going to be much better. Sorry about last week. I made a lot of mistakes. I was all over the place. I hadn't done this in a while, and I messed up. Totally messed up. It was a terrible quiz last week. Hopefully, it's a little bit better this time, and it's going to work out. So I'm going to give 5 more seconds for people to put their bet in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we've nearly 300 active players. Let's roll. What's the surname of the central child characters in Peter Pan? Is it Love, Darling, Honey, or Babe? It's your first and you enjoy it. Well, I'm glad you are enjoying it. If you're posting nonsense in the comments, by the way, I'm just going to ignore it, just so you know. It doesn't matter how many times you post it. So, yeah. Well, it is Michael, John, and Wendy Darling. The Darling family. Question 2 is on animals, the animal kingdom. So, where are we going to bet? Let's go. Get your bets. Okay, we 294 playing last time. Have we lost a player? 293. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, what animal has a species called the pink fairy? Is it beaver, wallaby, mole, or armadillo? How did you learn to know everything? It's my job. Human. Well, there's a fair few humans who are pink fairies, all right. But this time we are talking about the pink fairy armadillo, and they are basically little pink, fluffy, weird versions of armadillos. There you go. All right, question 3 is on the Brit Awards. So this is music, Brit Awards. What are you going to bet? So if you like this, by the way, I do them most Sundays. So give us a follow and you can join in, and yeah, we can have a laugh. Share it with your mates, get more people on, and if we get enough people going on this, I'll make it bigger and hopefully start putting up some prizes. So let's do that. Okay, we lost a few players since the last round. Everybody in. Who won Album of the Year at this year's Brits 2025? Is it Dua Lipa, Ezra Collective, The Last Dinner Party, or Charlie XCX? Well, it was all on the back of the stupidest but still successful marketing campaign. Brat Summer and all that fucking nonsense. It was Charlie XCX. Question 4 is on ancient Egypt. Oh, I do have a microphone, by the way, Richie, just so you know. It's here. Place your bets, ancient Egypt. Scott, nonsense. Love it. How do you join? I'm afraid you're a bit late to join. You're just going to have to play along in the chat. Okay, everybody in. The Pharos at Alexandria was a wonder of the world, but what actually was it? Was it a library, a lighthouse, a pyramid, or a statue? Am I the fella off the chase? No, I'm the fella who used to cut wood for your grandmother. That's an in-joke, by the way. I know him. Okay, a lot of people are going to get this wrong. I'm going to have a look at the grid, see what people answered. A lot of people got this wrong. It is a lighthouse. It was a lighthouse in the bay at Alexandria. There was a library there, but it wasn't a wonder of the world, weirdly. Question 5 is song lyrics. Place your bets. Did I have a brat summer? I'm a middle-aged man. Of course I didn't have a brat summer. Okay, everybody in? There must be some kind of way out of here. Is the opening line to what song? Is it Like a Rolling Stone, All Along the Watchtower, Bohemian Rhapsody, or Teletubbies Say "Uh-oh"? Oh no, it's not. It can't. This is it. We're done. We're done, and it's you can't play along. You just have to give me a follow and get here early next Sunday. There you go. Okay, it is. Bob Dylan did it, but more famous version by Jimi Hendrix. All Along the Watchtower. Okay, question 6. I'm a Celebrity winners. Battlestar Galactica version of it. There was a Battlestar Galactica version. How mad. Right, I'm a celeb. What are you on to bet? It won't let you join because it's full, I'm afraid. We can only do 400 at a time. So you just need to give me a follow and join in next week. Who's the best chaser in your opinion? Of course, best at what? Best at the chase? It's Anne Hegarty. She wins the most shows. Okay. Who's the first woman to be crowned Queen of the Jungle? So Kerry Katona, Carol Thatcher, Stacey Solomon, or Anne Hegarty? Would I ever go on I'm a Celeb? They'd have to ask me first. They've never asked me, so depends. They'd need to depend on the money and what I was doing if I was available. It looks like a laugh, to be honest. The man says it's very boring. Okay, but the winner, the first female winner, I think she won the 3rd series or something like that. Early on in it was Kerry Katona. Question 7. For those who didn't like I'm a Celeb, how about beer? Place your bets. 0, 10, 20 or 30 on beer. Is Anne actually nice? Anne's lovely. Yeah, she is nice. She is nice. Now, she's autistic, so, you know, there's sort of social conventions you need to work with someone who's on the spectrum, but other than that, she's a lovely person. I get along with her. I get along with all of them, actually. All right. Beer. What country is the beer San Miguel originally from? Is it Spain, Philippines, Portugal, or Mexico? A lot of people get this wrong. A lot of people assume it's Spain. A lot of people do. And it's not. It's from the Philippines. There you go. That's where the original brewery was. All in every round. It's impossible to lose. Exactly. Best way to do it. Okay, question 8 is on currency. Okay, currency. Let's place your bets on currency. Okay, everybody in? 3, 2, 1. Okay. What is the currency of Brazil? Is it the dollar, the peso, the real, or the dinar? Can you join later if others leave? I don't think so. I don't think so. At the end of the round, I might try kicking people out. There's only one round left anyway. At the end of the round, I'll try kicking people out and see if that helps, but it probably won't. All right. We need a real here for Brazil. Question 9 is on boy bands. This one is tough, just so you know. Okay, place your bet for the next question. 0, 10, 20 or 30. Do I like Sabrina Carpenter? Never met her. Don't know what she's like. Have I got a book? I do. It's a science book. It's about the human body. It's great. You should buy it. Okay, any more bets? Anything? No? Right. In 2000, which boy band had a UK #1 hit with Same Old Brand New You? Was it 5, E17, One Direction or A1? And I even gave you a picture of them, though it doesn't help because all boy bands look exactly the same. Especially 90s boy bands. They always had 2 with spiked hair and 2 with floppy splits, central partings. There you go. Alright, that is A1. You love them, Tickety Boo. I'm surprised not very few people even remember who they were. There you go. Okay, question 10. Last one on this round is on athletics records. Alright, so records in athletics. Place your bets for the next question. 0, 10, 20 or 30. Alright, everybody got their bets in. And the longest standing world record is 1 minute 53 seconds, 0.28 for the women's record in what event? Is it 400 metre hurdles, 800 metres, 5,000 metres or javelin? Would I ever be in a boy band? I can't sing, so no. I have a lovely voice. I do have a lovely voice. It's not creepy at all. That's just a compliment. Okay. I'm going to see here. Okay, at least nobody pressed javelin. That's the main thing. At least nobody pressed javelin. It is, of course, 800 metres. And that is the end of round 4. Now, I'm going to try and kick out people just to see if this works. I got the players. And you guys can talk among yourselves for a minute. I'm going to go down to the bottom and get rid of anybody who hasn't answered a question in ages. Alright, we'll give that a try. Right. Now, sorry about that. I'm just trying to kick out a few players and see if that helps. Hold on, where have you gone? Oh. Breathe quieter. No. I breathe how I want. Okay. Let's see if that helps.